In the previous video, we staged an epic showdown, Pi versus Bitcoin. We concluded that they are not direct competitors, but represent different philosophies, digital gold versus social currency. But what if we compare Pi not with a store of value, but with a platform? A global decentralized supercomputer? Today, we will bring to the arena the undisputed queen of smart contracts, the foundation of DeFi and NFTs, Ethereum. This comparison, in many ways, is even more important than the comparison with Bitcoin. Both Pi and Ethereum share a vision of building a global platform for decentralized applications. Both aim to become the foundation for a new user-owned internet, also known as Web3. The question is, can Pi's user-centric, mobile-first approach ever compete with Ethereum's battle-tested, developer-dominated, multi-billion-dollar ecosystem? Over the next 40 minutes, we will analyze the two most ambitious visions for the future of Web3. This is Pi versus Ethereum. Part 1 Vision: a currency versus a world computer. Although both projects aim to build an ecosystem, their starting points and core philosophies are fundamentally different. Pi's vision: an accessible economy first. As established throughout this series, Pi's vision starts with people and currency. The strategy is 1. Distribute a currency to millions of people. 2. Build a massive, KYC-verified user base. 3. Encourage developers to build applications for that existing user base. The core asset is the community and its currency. The goal is to create a simple, inclusive peer-to-peer economy. Ethereum's vision: a world computer first. Launched by Vitalik Buterin and co-founders, Ethereum has a different idea. The goal is not just to create a currency, but a platform, a decentralized world computer anyone can build on. The idea is: 1. Build a powerful, programmable blockchain with smart contracts. 2. Attract the smartest developers in the world to build applications. 3. Let the value of the currency, ETH, derive from the demand to use those applications. The core asset is the technology and its developer network. Analysis: this is a classic top-down versus bottom-up approach. Ethereum builds robust, complex infrastructure first and waits for users to come. Pi is building a massive user base first and is now trying to build infrastructure and applications around it. Part 2. Technology: smart contracts versus PI applications. This is the most important technical difference, and it explains everything about their ecosystems. Ethereum's engine, Ethereum Virtual Machine, EVM, and smart contracts. The heart of Ethereum is the EVM. It is a global computer that can run smart contracts, self-executing code that runs exactly as programmed without downtime, censorship, or third-party interference. Power: this enables extremely complex applications like decentralized exchanges, Uniswap, lending protocols, Aave, and entire NFT marketplaces. These applications are trustless. They run on pure code. Cost: the price of this power is gas fees. Every operation on Ethereum costs Ether, and during high demand, these fees can become extremely expensive, excluding smaller users. Pi's engine: Pi SDK and Pi browser. Pi currently does not have native, on-chain smart contract capability like Ethereum. Its model is different. Power Pi. Applications are essentially Web 2 apps integrated with the Pi blockchain for payments via the Pi SDK. As seen in the ecosystem video, apps like Workforce Pool or Pi Chain Mall are websites that can request payments from your Pi wallet through the secure environment of the Pi browser. Cost and simplicity. This approach is much simpler for developers to build and for users to interact with. Transactions have very low or no fees. Analysis: this is a big trade-off. Ethereum offers immense power and decentralization at the cost of complexity and high fees. Pi offers simplicity and accessibility at the cost of limited functionality and centralization. Pi apps are trust required. You trust the app developer, while Ethereum dApps are trustless code. It's the difference between a simple payment layer and a true world computer. Part 3. Ecosystem, a megacity versus a pioneer town. The result of these different technological approaches is two vastly different ecosystems. Ethereum's ecosystem, a billion-dollar megacity. Ethereum's ecosystem is a mature, thriving economy. DeFi, decentralized finance. Hundreds of billions of dollars are locked in its lending, borrowing, and trading protocols. NFTs. It is the undisputed king of NFTs, home to iconic collections like CryptoPunks and the massive marketplace OpenSea. Layer 2s, Arbitrum, Optimism. An entire ecosystem of scaling solutions has been built on Ethereum to handle high traffic. Developers. It has the largest and most active developer community in all of crypto. Pi's ecosystem, a pioneer town. As analyzed in video number 5, Pi's ecosystem is still very young. Utility. The main use cases are peer-to-peer exchanges and simple service apps. No DeFi, no NFTs, no complex on-chain logic. Funding. It is driven by community passion and hackathons, not by billions of venture capital dollars. Status. It is still in closed mainnet, a walled garden, while Ethereum has been open to the world for years. Analysis. This is not a fair fight. Ethereum's ecosystem is a developed nation, while Pi's is a small frontier town still building its first roads. Pi's only advantage is an existing user base with greater theoretical potential to quickly fill that town if and when the gates open. Part 4. Economics, deflationary asset versus inflationary currency. Finally, let's consider the fuel for these ecosystems. Ethereum's economics, ETH. After the merge upgrade, ETH has become a potentially deflationary asset. A portion of gas fees from each transaction is burned or permanently removed from supply. If network activity is high enough, more ETH is burned than created, reducing total supply. This makes ETH very attractive to long-term investors. Pi's economics. As mentioned in the tokenomics video, Pi is designed for wide distribution. With a 100 billion supply cap, it is an inflationary currency in the early stage, designed to be spent and used in its economy, not hoarded as a scarce asset. Analysis. Again, they are designed for different purposes. ETH is evolving into a yield-bearing, potentially deflationary asset, like a digital bond or a stake in the internet itself. Pi is designed to be seen to be a high-circulation, inflationary medium of exchange, like digital cash. Conclusion: competing for different futures. So, after this deep 40-minute analysis, what is our verdict in the battle for the future of Web3? Pi and Ethereum are not really in the same battle. They are competing for two completely different visions of Web3. Ethereum is building a deep, complex infrastructure layer for a new financial system. It is for professional users, developers, and institutions. It is powerful, decentralized, but expensive and complex. Pi is trying to build a simple, accessible user layer for a new social economy. It is for ordinary people, small merchants, mobile users. It is simple, accessible, but currently centralized and technologically limited. Perhaps the future is not this or that, but that they can coexist, serving different parts of the market. You can use ETH to borrow a multi-million-dollar decentralized loan, and you can use Pi to buy a coffee from a local merchant in an app. We have compared Pi with the kings and queens of crypto. But what about the new generation of challengers? In the next Pi versus the World showdown, we will compare Pi with one of the fastest, most controversial Ethereum killers on the market, Pi versus Solana. Subscribe so you don't miss that high-speed comparison.